Hey y'all, so this week we're going to talk about covers. Covers for a book tell everything. Well, almost everything, right? So as I say, a picture's worth 1,000 words. I like to kind of think the same for a cover, okay? So covers can be, for romance, it's pretty easy for the most part to kind of figure it out. What I've struggled with when it comes to covers is women's fiction. That's where I struggle with the covers. But luckily, I don't really write a lot of women's fiction, except for my very first book that I published that I'm redoing and remarketing and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of like in the process, which I told you guys about in like one of my first videos. That one's women's fiction, and that one's like, that cover is, it's still a work in progress. But when it comes to covers, like for romance, it's pretty kind of straightforward, okay? Now, as you guys can probably see, I'm in the bathroom because my son is taking a bath, and he's looking at me, and he's laughing. I know. Are you laughing at mommy? Yeah, he's just smiling at me. You're laughing at me, aren't you? One of many times, I'm sure. So, because of that, you know, with romance, it's like, it's kind of like easy. Now, if you don't know what's kind of selling in terms of covers for your genre and romance, because there's multiple like things. There's romantasy, there's mafia, there's billionaire. The easiest thing to do is to go on Amazon and search up billionaire books, mafia books, whatever, and look at like the best-selling books and what they have on the covers. So there's a change that I've noticed over, I'd say probably like the last year or so when it comes to mafia, because currently that's what I'm writing right now is a mafia series. What I've noticed is that people are kind of getting away a little bit from models on the cover. And they're kind of doing like something that's, think of like The Butcher and Blackbird kind of thing. Like they're kind of going with something that doesn't have people on it, but has more like that dark vibe to it. Now, you can do like an animated type thing like Butcher and the Blackbird, but for mafia romance, it doesn't exactly work depending on how you create it. So kind of play with it, get an idea, but be very careful when you do the cover, because again, that cover can grab people's attention or it cannot grab attention. And you really want it to grab the attention. Sorry, my kid is like, yeah. And you really want it to grab the attention. So it's important that you choose the right cover that goes with that. So again, go on Amazon. For covers, I like to use Get Covers. They are a company out of Ukraine. And we might have to make this video short. And you basically tell them what you're looking for, but you go on deposit photos and you show it to them. Like you download the deposit photo, like just download like the file. And then they do up the cover and they do all the copyrights for you to use that photo. So they do all the copyright stuff for you, okay? It's really simple. And to get inspiration, like for them to get inspiration, you can show them like a book cover that you really like that's like already out there and you're like, I want something like this. So that's kind of what I did for my Mafia series. So the first one, I found a series that was already doing really good and I'm like, I want something like this. So then I went on, found my model on deposit photos. They made up the cover and everything else. You can modify it unlimited times. So if you don't like the font color or the font color you chose doesn't look good once they're done, you can keep modifying that. Unlimited amount of times. Unlimited amount of times. So it's like, it's pretty easy with Get Covers, okay? But again, I've only really used Get Covers except one other time. I did not. I used someone else. But Get Covers is very affordable. So I get my cover, my paperback cover, I get my banner, all that kind of stuff for about $40. So I get all the marketing stuff. I get the ebook cover and the paperback cover. Okay. So the paperback cover, if you've never done like a paperback book, it's not like the ebook. So when you're doing the paperback, you're getting like the whole spine, like of what the whole book's going to look like front and back and the spine. So you're getting that whole thing. That's what the paperback is. So, and once, like, if you start a series, right, and you're the first book, and you're like, I want it to look like this, and they do it, every book after that's pretty easy because they're already kind of following the same vibe. You just have to, like, change the model, and then you change the font, and after that's pretty much easy peasy for the most part. I have not used them, though, for animated or, like, graphic, like the animated type covers. I've not used them for that yet. So I can't vouch for that. But I can vouch for the people like on books, like on models on books. And if you're wondering like what it looks like, go check out my Mafia series, Emerald King series on Amazon, under Brittany O'Neill. And you can kind of see what it looks like, you know, the series. Okay. So yeah, covers. So definitely check out Amazon, find out what's working for your niche, what's not working, and kind of follow it. That's the easiest thing to do. What are you doing? You're a mess. Yeah. And that's my cue to go. So I'll see you guys next week.